Hey guys, what's up? This is InventorBoy16, and I am doing another video on my actually vintage Patton air circulator fan. Since my last video that I did on this thing, I have restored a bit of its ability to spin, although I accidentally scratched one of the blades right there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's a really hideous, ugly scratch. Let me see if I can actually shine some light on it and show you guys it, because I'm really disappointed that I actually did that. So right there, that scratch that you see by the tip of the blade, that was by me doing that, and I think I scratched one of the back bits of the blades. But while doing that, I ended up oiling the engine and doing some clean out of the stator so it spins better. And I did some research on this on this fan, and my model here that I actually have is actually designed as one of the rarest ones, because it was designed to be put on one of those stands with those. It was a really high stand with wheels, and it was designed to be able to be moved around, but it was supposed to be high up. And with this model, you don't see the motor on this model, because this motor has open vents where if you wanted to, you could stick your finger in there and it could get burned or cut off. But with the models that are for the floor, which are copies of this model, they have almost completely enclosed motors, except they have like a few vents, but you can't stick anything in them. The blades on this have been oxidized pretty badly by just being left out for too long, and one of them has the scratch, of course, on it because of me. The rest of the fan has been cleaned up very nicely. It works really well, and the motor on this is a I really do assume that it is a 1/3 horsepower motor, but it is a really heavy cast iron engine. And on the other ones, the motor doesn't jet out like this. This is strictly for this particular model. The other models, the motor does not jet out at all. And you see how it has the holes here? You're able to get in there and actually mess with it if you want to. So hang on a sec, I'm going to turn it on to a low speed. It may squeak or do some really weird noise because I had to open up the engine. I removed the whole motor and had to do some work on that. And the switch here is, everything on here is actually in original pieces, the original pieces except for this thing here. I put that on the switch because the plastic piece busted off. Oh my god, it's so much quieter now. It's funny, it is so much quieter. Still able to blow a heck of a lot of wind, but the fan in general is just so much quieter. Like before, you could actually hear the engine humming, right? Like right now, you can't hear it at all. It's strictly the blades, which are kind of unbalanced, but they're not like that bad. It's only like a millimeter or something. It does cause a bit of vibration, but it's not like horrendous to the point where it'll self-destruct the fan. The motor in there is really working well. I cleaned that out, flushed it with some WD-40, and it is just running beautifully. This thing's moving a heck of a lot more air on low speed than it was previously, because of the fact I have just freshly cleaned its stator and stuff like that. It's in really good shape too. I have to tell you guys, this is one of the best fans I've ever owned, or will be in ownership of, because I'm never getting rid of this fan. I love it. It is a beautiful piece of equipment. The rest of the fan is pretty much original, except for that one little piece there. The capacitor, I fixed that up. It was kind of sliding to one side, but I fixed up the rubber gasket that was holding it in place before. Got that put back in place, and it did have a piece missing from it, but I was able to move it in a way that it wouldn't affect anything. And this is the fan itself is actually from the 1970s. I found out. Because, and one way you can really tell that is because the capacitor on there is a plastic bodied capacitor. They don't use plastic bodied capacitors anymore because in the old times when they made them, they found out that they were extremely unstable on machinery that were able to, that would be started and stopped and started and stopped multiple times. But with this, they used it on this because this thing, really, I don't start and stop this very much. I ran this thing for 2 days straight. I only stopped it to be able to do the repair and to start it up on the video here, which was the first startup ever since I've done the repair or done the cleaning of the stator in there. And really, it does help if you clean these things out. It really does help. But this fan, I absolutely love it. I hope you guys, like, if you do find something like these, or like this, you take it and you just, you use it. Like, these things are worth a lot nowadays. You don't get quality motors like this made out of cast iron and with legitimate heat sinks and stuff like that. It's all plastic nowadays. Blades are plastic. There's almost nothing on here that's plastic except for the insulation for the wires, insulation for the copper coils that are in there, and the stickering with the information on there. Really nothing else is on here is made of plastic except for that bit of wiring and the capacitor. That's how much quality they have when it comes to Patton. I mean, they worked hard on this, and I've been hearing online that the name is actually pronounced Patton, but I don't really pronounce it that way because there's an O, because a little fan in there is supposed to represent an O, but I just call it Patton because it sounds more professional. But you guys can correct me all you want. But yeah, so I have restored this fan to probably what it would be its original working order. And you do have to lubricate these things quite often because they don't have, these things actually have sleeve bearings instead of ball bearings or bushings. So it does not, it needs to be oiled by hand at least once a month if you're going to use it that much. But it is a great fan, and it is quiet, it runs well, it moves a ton of air. And it's in really good shape. So, hang on, I'm going to turn it off for a second, see just how much longer the blades take to slow down, because the coasting speed wasn't very good earlier because of the fact that it was just, because of it not being, alright, stupid flashlight, if you would not make that noise again. Yeah, the coasting speed has been dramatically increased, which is good news because it's a gentler way to shut off the motor. And I bet you did hear some of that, like a sleeve bearing noise. That's because the sleeve bearing right there is it's kind of coming out a bit, but it's not like anything drastic. It is a great quality fan, and it works great. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be doing more videos on this fan whenever I do more restoration projects on it or anything like that, because the blades, they are getting pretty tattered, and with that one scratch, I really do want to repaint these blades. I might repaint them orange or something like that, or blue again, but to match the motor and all that. But the fan itself is in great condition, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Stay cool, YouTube. Bye.